COVID has had a negative impact on on our community. Um, a lot of people, when COVID happened, may not have necessarily took it serious, or they could have been like how everybody else was. Maybe I knew a few people that said, hey, well, I hear all this that's going on, but it hasn't affected me, or nobody I know has been affected by COVID. But as time has progressed, more and more people that I know, that that look like you and me, have had, losses or struggles with COVID, and this thing is serious. And, it's quite frankly taking our people away from us. Um, and so, what we're trying to do here with the Power of People Leadership Institute, in partnership with the Minnesota Department of Health, we are trying to get our people tested. Um, Again, this is a saliva test. It's very simple. It's very quick. You spit into a tube, and you have to get the tube to a certain level, and that's it. And it's just it's very necessary that you get tested. Thanksgiving just happened, Christmas just happened, and I mean, let's just be real. I mean, some of us followed the guidelines, but there were some of us that didn't. Some of us went, and we mingled with uh, friends and family, who maybe we shouldn't have. But at the end of the day, have you been tested? Some of us have plans for New Year's. Um, get tested. I mean, it's getting tested is a way of eliminating the anxiety of not knowing whether or not you're positive, or if you could be, inadvertently infecting someone. Because this thing is serious. This thing is killing our people. And by when I say our people, I mean everybody. And so I can't stress enough how serious it is to get tested. And one more thing, like I said, I have Brother Esau with me here from the Power People Leadership Institute, and he's a real good brother, man. And what I wanted to ask you, man, was first how you feeling? How you doing, man?
I feel well. I've been doing pretty good. Taking it one day at a time. Making sure I got hand sanitizer, using gloves when necessary, and getting tested about every week.
Yeah. So how did you feel about getting tested, man? Like in the beginning, like when you heard about all this COVID stuff, like what did it?
Well, in March, around March 5th or so, my birthday, I had food poisoning.
Okay.
So I was already feeling sick.
Mm-hmm.
And then the COVID came out to Minneapolis, Hennepin County, etc. And then I had like a flu. So I was like, it can't be any worse than food poisoning and the flu.
Right.
So I was like, I'm not gonna get tested. It's not bothering me. And at first, it seemed the African American community wasn't affected very much
Mm-hmm.
because all the national news reporting was like New York City and Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't pay too much mind. When they shut things down, I followed, stayed at home because everything was closed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it took me until like the summer when the pop guys, Tier himself and Brother Shane, was starting back up with the meetings, and you needed a COVID test, and I had to be convinced to get one. And my first one was the drive-through, which was pretty simple. And so because it was so easy, even though it was the nostril test, it was pretty convenient, and so I got it done. And then now with the saliva test, it's even more simple. And you're part of the testing, meaning that you log on to the site, you scan your own saliva tube, and then you turn it in personally into the collection. And so, you're doing the work from pretty much beginning to end. And so it makes me feel like I'm in control and doing my part even more so than just having a swab test. And then, the nurse or the doctors, they say, okay, you can go now.
Right.
Out of like, okay, I don't even know if my name's on the tube.
Yeah.
I just want to double check everything. It was like, no, you can go.
So that's powerful, man. So about how since the first time you got tested, how many times have you been tested since then?
Since the first time, I've been tested 12 times since then.
Okay.
It's
Wow.
kind of like a weekly basis or a week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, it's so simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And so after you've gotten tested, how do you feel? Like, is it
Yeah, within 24 hours or 36 hours, I get that email and it says negative COVID SARS. I'm like, great. I feel happy. I feel relieved. And I
mm-hmm.
feel encouraged to go back for another test. And I
Mm-hmm.
still practice washing my hands, hand sanitizer, and gloves when I need them.
Right.
So, yeah, once you get that first email saying everything's fine, it's not a confidence where I can do anything I want. It's no, just keep doing what I'm doing and then go back the next week.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, Esau, man, you come from a beautiful family, man.
Right.
Beautiful family, man. Everybody that I've had the pleasure of coming in contact with. Describe now, unlike many of us. Um, Describe. You had a unique relationship with your father,
Hmm.
and so describe what your relationship was like the first time you got reunited with your father.
Yeah, I think about 2 years ago, me and my dad got reunited. We started going to church together.
Mm.
We would go to dinner after church or lunch after church. We would spend time during the week. He helped me out, I helped him out, and we started having coffee. And then we started having talks.
Mm.
Father son talks that we missed out in the past, and we became very close. And see, around October, he got sick. And at first, we thought it was his medication. He was having a negative reaction, but it was a lot of behaviors and symptoms that it's like, oh, he got to go to the hospital
Mm.
because it just doesn't look like just bad reaction to medication.
Mm.
And they tested him about 6:30 that night, and he tested positive for COVID-19.
Wow. Wow. And did he, beforehand, did he seem normal? Um,
Well,
or
yes, the week to the confirmed test,
mm,
there was signs that his normality was slipping away. Like he would forget things, he would fall asleep at awkward moments, like at stoplights.
mm,
Uh, he wouldn't necessarily help when he was always helpful because he
mm,
was tired.
gotcha.
And so these are unusual behaviors in a person. He wasn't like coughing a lot or sneezing, anything like that. It's just like his energy was slowly drained.
Mm,
And so that's what's made it look like, yes, something is not right and we need a professional to look at my dad.
wow. And I mean, I can remember seeing the look on your dad's face and the look on your face just being here, being a part of group, and just that fellowship between father and son, and you know, it was something powerful to me. I love seeing fathers with their sons or with
Right.
their children. That's just something passionate to me. So, um, after you found out that your father did have COVID, um, what ended up happening after that?
Well, that was a Sunday evening, about 6:30, and then Monday they took him up. Took him to the COVID room center or the care center for COVID patients, and he was doing okay. And then Tuesday evening, he started to slip in and out of consciousness. And then Wednesday, they put him on a breathing apparatus to help with his oxygen because his lungs wasn't producing enough oxygen for him.
Mm-hmm.
So they gave him a mask that gave him oxygen to help him breathe better. And then Thursday, he fully lost consciousness. And then they raised the oxygen level from like 79% to 98%.
Wow.
And for then on, he was dependent on oxygen. And so he turned quickly from Sunday night being able to walk and talk and breathe to Thursday morning unconscious and dependent on a machine to help you breathe. So yeah, so it
Wow.
was it was pretty quick.
And this is all due to complications with COVID.
Yep. The primary cause of his lack of oxygen was the COVID-19 virus.
Wow. And your dad was not that old.
Nope, he was 79 years old, but by the way he carried himself, you couldn't tell.
You couldn't tell.
He was
Like,
busy,
yep.
he was active, he was helping people, he was dedicated to church. So yeah, his day was full with activities and helping others.
Yeah. And this is the thing. This is why this is so important. Our people are dying. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Our people are dying. Um, and what we're here to do with the Power People in partnership with the Minnesota Department of Health is we are trying to save as many lives as we can. We've had enough this year in 2020. God bless 2020. This has been a year, but we need to kind of look at 2020 as having 2020 vision, because there's a lot of us, there's a lot of people that did not get to make it out of 2020 alive due to complications with COVID. And you just heard, um, Brother Esau's story about his father, and my heart goes out to him because I can't even imagine. His dad was young and vibrant and just full of life. Um, and he loved his son. He loved his son, and he loved this group. And you know, this virus does not care. This virus does not discriminate. No matter your thoughts about it, it doesn't care how old you are, how young you are, where you live at. This thing is serious, and our people need to take this serious. So that is why, again, we're offering a free COVID saliva testing event Saturday, January 16th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. At the Davis Center over North Minneapolis, 1250 West Broadway Avenue. That again, Minneapolis Public Schools Davis Center, 1250 West Broadway Avenue, Minneapolis, Minnesota, 55411. Saturday, January 16th and January 30th. Please get tested. Please. Um, get tested like your life depends on it, man. I get tested so much. It's, the people know me by first name, and I'm okay with that. I have children. I want to make sure I'm good when I'm around my children. Um, and because this thing is serious, I can't stress to you the importance of knowing you're okay. Um, and I don't care if you wash your hands and all that. We need to get our demographic, our community tested. And, just think, when was the last time you've been tested? This thing is serious. This thing is ravaging. This thing is pillaging through our community. And I mean, I don't want to lose anymore. I don't want to lose any more life. And COVID has found the way to penetrate all over the world. But the one thing we can do is get tested so we know. You know, um, and again, I'll tell you the date again. It's a free COVID saliva testing event. Um, Power of People Leadership Institute in partnership with the Minnesota Department of Health. Um, Now this testing event is going to be real smooth. It's a saliva testing event. It's going to be at the Minneapolis Public Schools Davis Center. That's right across from Shiloh Temple and right kitty corner from Popeye's Chicken over north on Broadway, 1250 West Broadway. Um, please come and get tested. Get everybody you know to get tested so that you can go into 2021 with a clear conscience, a clean bill of health. Because this virus it's evolving, as you guys have, I'm sure you've heard. And so we want to do everything we have to do to make sure we are safe, we don't contract the virus, and we don't bring it back to the people we love. But we also have to make sure that we are okay. Um, and Esau, I commend you for coming here and speaking your truth. Um, your father. Wow, man. Your father was special, man. And just having him, him not being with us, and then when you have so many people who don't take this serious, what would you say to people who don't really think this thing is serious, or don't take getting tested serious, or this virus serious?
Well, I think it's a matter of thinking and making plans. So let's say you have some goals you want to accomplish, like Monday I want to go to the bank and cash a check, or Tuesday I want to wash my car, Thursday I want to visit my friend, Friday I want to do something at work. Well, if you're not including getting COVID testing and you don't know if you're negative or positive and you're sick and you go to the hospital, all your plans are canceled. Everything that you thought you was doing that week is over. And if you're in a situation where you get severely sick, you may not even be able to talk on your cell phone because you'll be on an oxygen mask or a ventilator and clinging to life. My dad had 7 days from the time he checked into the hospital till he passed away. And within 2 days, he was unable to speak. So having plans for the future, adding the ability to get tested will help you fulfill those goals and plans that you have in the future, because you will know if you're positive or negative and take action to save your own life or to save someone close to your life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, at the end of the day, we're not here advocating for any shot or vaccine. We're advocating for people to get tested. So please, please, I can't stress this enough. Because you can think what you want to think, you can say what you want to say, but at the end of the day, we cannot let this virus have its way. And again, this is a free COVID testing event, saliva testing event, meaning you give saliva in a tube, and that's it. Very simple. I'm not here telling you, we're not speaking on vaccine at this point. We're talking about getting tested and knowing that you're negative so that you don't infect other people, mainly the ones you love. So, I love all you guys. On behalf of Power of People, Brother Esau, I thank you again for sharing your story. And, just stay safe. That's my message to all of you guys. Stay safe, because again, this virus does not discriminate, and quite honestly, I'm tired of seeing our people get took off here. And that's all I got for you guys, man. Did you have anything else?
Nope. Just be aware and get tested.
Thank you. Now, one last time, free COVID saliva testing event, January 16th and January 30th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Davis Center, North Minneapolis, 1250 West Broadway, Minneapolis, Minnesota 55411. Please get tested. We need our people to know that we're safe. Have a blessed day. Love.